Well, we switched it back up to this view. Got kind of tired of sitting at the desk, so I figured today's rotation video we would just stand up and get over here in this spot for old time's sake. What do you say? So in this video we're going over, like I said before, it's the weekly rotation video. One of my favorite, actually probably my favorite format that I do weekly, have been going for a long time now actually. It's week number 124, and in this video there's a lot of really good fresh fragrances. There's only two that I would consider deeper and richer. One's a gourmand, one's a rose incense, but everything else mega fresh. Like I said, it's week number 124, so stay tuned. Starting off on Sunday, so I had wore this non-stop for 3 days straight, during the day, to the gym, out the shower. Been wearing it. Haven't worn it since this past Sunday though, because I wanted to mix it up, because after you wear something 6-7 wearings in a row, for me personally, it's time to switch it up a little bit. But it is the new Zaharoff Signature Citrine. This stuff is deliciously wonderful if you like citrus, fresh orange fragrances, because it's dominated by it. Almost a radiant, warm, and creamy orange. There's a little sweetness here up top. Very fresh, uplifting, and invigorating. The clementine here that's in the heart kind of comes out after the orange settles in a little bit, and it almost has kind of like a lime type of feel to it. Clementine is notorious for having a lime-like smell to it, from what I understand, and it makes sense here because I do smell a little bit of a lime type of smell, and apparently that's the clementine. I would have thought the clementine would have been more orangey, but here it's more limey, which I guess is kind of strange in some sense. Not a powerhouse by any means. It does stick to my skin for a pretty long time. It's above average with my longevity, but projection's not heavy on this one. If you're looking for some crazy beast, you need to look at something else from the house. If you're just looking for a mega fresh citrus fragrance, then there's finally that addition in the Zaharoff house. Gotta spray it again. It's just so freaking good. It does start to settle into a little bit of incense. I get the incense pretty early in this fragrance, and the plum comes in later on. I do get a little bit of a sweet fruit smell, not distinctively plum, but there's a lot of amber here. There's a lot of woods. The oud doesn't come across more than a warm wood smell. I never really pick up oud here, but like I said, I get a kind of a dense warm wood smell in the background. I'm attributing that to the oud kind of playing a part here. It does have the signature pour homme DNA, but it's built off of the noir base. This is basically rosé with some notes interchanged, is what this fragrance is. So you have the freshest of the house, finally a true freshie. So like I said before, if you're looking for a performance powerhouse, this ain't the fragrance. But if you're in a hotter climate, that's where this stuff's gonna shine. As with most true fresh fragrances, there's no synthetics here. It's not heavily aquatic, so there's no amberwood, ambergris, ambroxan to help give it this crazy staying power like you know, your Dolce & Gabbana light blue flankers and Sauvages and some of these other blue fragrances. This, I was telling George this the other day, I would relate this more closely, not in scent profile, but in style, to like some of the Tom Ford private blend fragrances. Think teal bottles, think blue bottles. Not necessarily Costa Azzurra and Neroli Portofino, but kind of those two fragrances and flankers and such, because just a high quality citrus fragrance. Not going to have 12 hours of longevity, not going to fill any rooms. So keep that in mind. I wanted to make sure to let you guys know that, because I don't want you to go into this fragrance, if you get a sample or happen to buy a bottle, thinking it's going to be some overwhelming, crazy, powerful fragrance. It is not crazy powerful, but it does smell crazy good. So Sunday, all day long, Zaharoff Signature Citrine. Moving into Monday, one I have not worn in quite some time. I spoke about it recently in a video, and kind of got me in the mood to wear it. So I ended up rolling with Coach for Men, the original. Haven't really spent time with it in quite a while, but I still love it. Synthetic. Very synthetic, don't get me wrong, blue style fragrance, a lot of pear kumquat combo up top. It gives this juicy fruit smell that's not distinctively like other juicy fruit openings in fragrances, because it's pear and kumquat. It's a little different. But it does start to settle into this kind of buttery suede note with this amber wood, ambergris combination type of smell that's a little bit of an aquatic ambroxan feel, meets a warmer woody type of nuance, if you will. Not a powerhouse again by any means. When it comes to these fresh fragrances, unless they're full of synthetics, they usually don't have a lot of staying power. This one doesn't really have a lot of staying power, but it is mega fresh, super versatile, crowd pleasing type of stuff. Easy to like, easy to wear. It's a cheapie. You can get 100 mLs for 40 bucks or less. 60 mLs like this around 30 bucks. It works in a pinch. It's kind of a do-it-all. Dress it up, dress it down. Obviously, it may hold a little longer to your skin in the non-summer months, but in the summer months, it'll help it project a lot early on, but you will sacrifice some of the longevity when it helps it project. So keep that in mind, but definitely one that I really enjoy. I've had for a long time now. Got a decent little dent in it, but I mean, I've had this dent for quite some time. I used to wear it relatively heavy, just not so much lately. And it was nice to revisit this one because underrated at this point. Nobody really talks about it much. If you don't like synthetic, you may not like this, but if you like mass appealing stuff, you might enjoy this. During the day, the original Coach for men. Then we got the shower. This is one I haven't reached for in a while either. And I was talking, it might have been the same video I was talking about this one in. Perry Aqua. I like it out the shower. It does have this creaminess to it, a little bit of a watery aquatic feel, fresh, not super interesting, more on the bland side, but I don't know, there's something about it that the more I spray it, the more I enjoy it. At first, I was not really much of a fan. I thought, like I said, bland was the main word I can come up with for it. And then I wore it in succession for several nights in a row out the shower, and it's kind of one of my favorite out the shower fragrances that I just have not been wearing lately. It became one. It worked its way into, okay, this is perfect for that type of stuff. Lounging around, fresh out the shower, fresh, clean type of fragrance. Another one, not a strong powerhouse here. This is like a 4-hour fragrance at best, but it smells really good and you can get it for under 15 bucks. So if you're on a mega budget, you can get away with stuff like this. It's easygoing. It's not going to break the bank. It's not going to win any performance awards either. But it does smell nice, fresh, and clean. And for some people, that's all they really need. Out the shower, it works really well, in my opinion. And that's what I use it for. Perry Aqua. Moving into Tuesday, I recently went out of town and took a few fragrances with me. This was what I wore on travel day. And it's the newest release from Narcotica from Door Prestige. It is called Dolce Diablo. This stuff wowed me. I'm still blown away by this fragrance. This stuff is super, super good. It's not as loud as I thought it was going to be. I told you guys that saw the first impression video earlier in the week that I would report back with the performance in this video. And I gotta say, chocolatey apricots and rum. Boozy, warm, sweet, thick. It's got this golden honey that settles in the heart. So good. 2 different types of apricot in here. It's a strange fruitiness. It's so good. This is absolutely worth a sample. It's $9 for 2 ml samples from the Door Prestige website, doorprestige.com. Worth a sample. This was perfumed by Claude Deer, and it's miraculous. It's 28% concentration, so it wears heavier. So it doesn't really, it's got heavier oils to it too. Dark chocolate, cacao extract, 2 different types of booze, a dark cognac and rum absolute. There's a vanilla bean extract here. It's called Gourmand Tonka. Not vanilla bean, tonka bean. There's golden honey. There's a lot of these heavier fragrance oils, so it wears really heavy. It's not super loud, but the trail is dense and the bubble, though not huge, consistent and dense. Nice and strong within arm's length. Within range, you got a pretty thick cloud around you, and when you walk away, it's going to linger. So this one doesn't really scream and push, but it lasts for frickin' ever. It was about 13 hours at that point when I took a shower, and I could still very easily smell myself. It's consistent. It's delicious. It's not what I anticipated it to be. I was not thinking it was going to be a gourmand because I went into it blindly. And man, I was floored. This is one of the best smelling new release fragrances I've smelled so far this year. Hands down. Absolutely worth a sample. And during the day, Dolce Diablo from Narcotica. Then we got the shower. This actually went for the 2 nights in a row. So on this particular night and Wednesday night, My scent was so strong from my shower gel, I didn't even bother spraying anything. And that is the Spice Bomb Night Vision Eau de Parfum Shower Gel. So I got this as part of the gift set when they launched it back in 2021. Back in 2020, sorry. And I never used it. And I was like, I was packing my little toiletry bag for the trip. So why not? I'm going to roll with this time. And I smelled it. I was like, that's pretty strong. Maybe it'll work. I did bring Perry Ellis Aqua with me just in case to spray something fresh, even though it wouldn't necessarily blend that well together, just to spray something. But it was pumping for like 2 or 3 hours strong too. I'm very surprised. I gotta say kudos to Victor and Rolf, because I don't know if it's the amount of fragrance oil they used in here or what the makeup with the components to make this shower gel, but this stuff is freaking strong for a shower gel. Victor and Rolf Night Vision, Spice Bomb Night Vision EDP, the shower gel. I'm telling you, potent stuff. I just have a little 50 ml bottle of it. And I'm almost out of it now. I got like half of it left, and I definitely used too much the first night. I think that's why it was so strong. I toned it back the second night, but we'll talk about smell good and surprise me in performance out the shower. Well, for my shower, Victor and Rolf Spice Bomb Night Vision EDP Shower Gel. Moving into Wednesday, this was the back-to-back days of the non-fresh fragrances. I wore Narcotica Dolce Diablo the day before, and I went with Zaharoff Signature Rosé on Wednesday. Beautiful, deep rose incense fragrance. There's a lot of bright, fresh Turkish rose here. It's very uplifting and vibrant in the top, but there's also this jammy Bulgarian rose that kind of thickens things up. I get the incense, again, right from Jump Street. I get the Olibanum Tears, which is just another form of frankincense, pretty heavily on my skin. So good. And look, this stuff sticks to my skin like glue. Gorgeous aroma surrounds me when I wear this fragrance. I love this. This is my favorite from the house. My favorite Zaharoff fragrance until further notice. There's been a few releases since, and it's still my favorite that's readily available, that's part of the Zaharoff Signature Collection. Man, definitely try this stuff out. Even if you're not a fan of rose, it's absolutely sample worthy just to get the olfactive experience. If nothing else, try it for yourself. Rule it out. Maybe it's not for you. It's not going to be for everybody. It's polarizing in many ways, but I'll tell you what, it's freaking intoxicating. I love this stuff. I love it on my wife. I love it on me. She's got her own bottle. Smells more sweet rose on her skin, more rose incense on my skin. It's a darker, more smoky take on my skin. Like I said, the incense really works well with my skin chemistry, and stuff's just amazing. During the day, Zaharoff Signature Rosé. And then, like I said before, out the shower, this was all I needed. This stuff is very strong for a shower gel. Not out the shower, but I showered with Spice Bomb Night Vision EDP. It was all I needed. Moving into Thursday, this is a polarizing fresh green fragrance. A little bit of a floral tone, very metallic. Some people can't stand this fragrance. I actually appreciate the uniqueness to it. I can appreciate the route and the path they were trying to take with the creation of this fragrance, and I'm interested to see if they're going to do anything and make a line of it in the future. I am talking about H24 from Hermes. I actually really enjoy this stuff. I really like it. So much so that I bought this 50 ml at full retail at Sephora. It's a narcissus note, metallic notes. And I want to say it's like clary sage or something like that is the green note here that gives that green essence to it. It's different. It's different. It's a synthetic smell, but it's a quality synthetic smell, if that makes sense. It's just something oddly attractive about it. I really dig this fragrance. Can't explain why, but it's definitely different. It's got a uniqueness to it. I haven't smelled this fragrance from anyone else before. So, and I'm not a huge fan of like the Terre de Hermes line or anything like that. They don't smell, the vetiver they use, they don't smell good on my skin. So this was a pleasant surprise for me that I actually ended up liking it. I really, really enjoy this stuff. Get your nose on this one. Don't just trust other people's opinions on this. You may end up really liking it. You may hate it. You may think it's terrible and I'm crazy. But if you don't try it for yourself, you won't know. So keep that in mind. Take everybody's opinion, including mine, with a grain of salt. Try it for yourself, because you may be surprised how much you actually like something or don't like something that's really popular once you get out and try it. Because this stuff, I don't know, like like I said, it's just something about it. It's a very simplistic note breakdown. It doesn't have bergamot anywhere in it, but I could swear I smell like the rind of the bergamot at the top of this, but nope, supposedly not in the notes. That may be a bergamot oil in there, and they're just not listing it to the public, but this stuff's different. Great for the spring, like we're currently in this spring weather right now. Built for it, in my opinion, because it's got a strong green presence while still very fresh with a floral tone. It's a little dressy and a little casual at the same time. It's a solid fragrance, it really is. In my opinion, of course. H24 from Hermes. Now I got the shower. I haven't worn this one in some time. This is still my favorite cool water fragrance. Love the Intense. Love the newer Parfum. I have Aquaman. I have the original. I don't have all of them, but you know, they're solid fragrances. And this one, while not mind-blowing, Cool Water Wave, still my favorite. Has that Cool Water meets Invictus Aqua kind of vibe going for it. A little Sichuan pepper gives that fleeting spice, juniper smell, woody aquatic. I just love this stuff. It's uplifting. This is a happy fragrance. I get happy when I smell this stuff. I sprayed like 8 sprays, which I typically only do like 4 when I got out the shower. I sprayed 8 sprays. I kind of just doused it on myself because I love the way it smells. I really wanted the nice little scent bubble going because it's not the strongest fragrance. Like 5 hours and it's gone. When I wear it casually or you know, as my daytime scent, I wear at least 10 sprays. You can spray this one heavier. 10 to 12 sprays is the norm for me on this one because it's not offensive. It's not a heavy fragrance. It's light. It's airy. But damn it, it smells good. It smells similar to Invictus Aqua without smelling like Invictus Aqua directly. Like I said, it's kind of Cool Water meets Invictus Aqua. I've always dug that about this stuff. It's cheap. It's just good. Out the shower. Davidoff Cool Water Wave. Moving into Friday, I can't get enough of this fragrance. You know, I'm a big fan of the Invictus line, most notably of the original Invictus and Invictus Aqua 2018. This is kind of a combo of Invictus and Invictus Aqua with some spices. It's kind of how most people look at it, and I justifiably agree with that statement about Rasasi Hawass. I really, really like this stuff, guys. 4 to 5 sprays is all I need. This is a beast on my skin. I've gotten my fair share of compliments with this in recent memory since I've gotten it. I'm actually quite surprised. It's usually in the grocery store when it happens. It doesn't happen every time I wear it, but it's happened enough, you know. Not just the wife. I've had a friend of mine randomly ask if I was wearing Invictus. Had a lady walking by down the frozen aisle say, "Ooh, somebody smells nice," right when she walked by me, so I know she was talking about me. It's just really good. It's fluctuating on Amazon in the $40 to $50 range, and it's a February 2022 manufacture date for those of you that haven't seen my full review on this. That's kind of a longer video because I have a lot of things to say about it. I tend to ramble when I talk about this fragrance in a video because I really dig this stuff. Checks all the boxes. Synthetic, sure, but sweet aquatic meets spices. A little bit of a smoky nuance on my skin, even though there's nothing smoky about the note breakdown anywhere. Not even a Gaiac wood to give a smoky wood. But it just kind of does that. It's beautiful. It's potent. It sticks to my skin like glue. It's cheap. It's like the best cheap fragrance out there. In my opinion, for my taste. If you have similar taste to me, this is a must-own. During the day, Rasasi Hawass. When I got the shower, I got around to giving this a full wearing. You want a beautiful clean musk? You need to check out Clean Musk from Authenticity Perfumes. I did not know, or think going into it anyways, that this would be my favorite of the two. I assumed Cherryland was going to be the one I was going to love. It's okay. Solid. It's different. It's unique. I don't love it. I like it. This, I really like. I don't love it, but I really like it. It's simplistic. It's only like 4 notes. Sandalwood, I think jasmine, if I remember correctly, and a lot of clean white musk. Beautiful fragrance. White t-shirt, white Oxford kind of stuff. Very clean. Strong, though. I gave myself 4 sprays, and I regretted spraying this far up. I didn't spray directly in front of my neck, but I sprayed towards the front and not behind the ears with 2 of the sprays, and did a little bit of coughing. This is potent stuff. It's 50% oil concentration, and for being a light, airy compound with a high density oil concentration, it was kind of suffocating. So this stuff's a beast. Just got to be real with you guys. Grab a sample and try this one. It's not some crazy complex fragrance. It's not the most unique thing in the world. It just smells really freaking good. It's super clean and fresh, and it's mega versatile, and it performs. This is one of those mega performing fresh fragrances in the video, kind of like how Hawass is. So Out the Shower was my first wearing of Authenticity Perfume's Clean Musk. Finally on Saturday, my favorite Creed fragrance that I have tried. I haven't tried them all, but I've tried about a dozen Creed fragrances. A little over that. I tried Viking Cologne, this one's Flanker, recently in Neiman Marcus. Obviously, I'm talking about Creed Viking. I haven't worn this one in a little while. It's one of my favorite fragrances for springtime, and I haven't thrown it in the rotation yet, so it just made sense. And I'm actually going to be showering after I finish recording this video, and I think I'm going to throw a few more sprays of this on. I'm just going to rock this all day. It's been a little while since I wore it. I love this stuff. Yes, it gets compared to Old Spice, and my default answer is always, I agree with you. If Old Spice was a high-quality, longer-lasting fragrance, then this is it. Because I know not everybody gets the performance I get. This is a 2018 batch. For those of you that care, 18E01 is the batch code. I get great longevity. Very good longevity, I guess you could say, because I get around 8 hours of life on my skin. It just doesn't project real heavy. It's a light aroma. It's more subdued. It's a bit more clean and professional. It's a timeless scent profile. It's that spicy, aromatic, barbershop-ish type of feel. There's some citrus freshness here. This pink pepper gives kind of a sweet, almost hot spice, red hot spice type of smell to it. There's some aromatics here as well. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love this stuff. This is such a good fragrance. Sample worthy though. Not everybody's gonna like this the way I do. This is a polarizing fragrance, but guys that like this style scent profile, this is one of the best that does this style scent profile. Spicy aromatic. One of the best out there. Is it expensive? Yeah, it's very freaking expensive. Even on the gray market, you're looking at 200 bucks for this. Easy. That's what I paid, was 200 bucks for this. I don't regret it at all. I love the fragrance. I just don't wear it enough. That's one of the reasons I wanted to wear it today, get it in the rotation. Had kind of a semi-casual look going on, semi-formal, no, business casual. That's what, more of a business casual, semi-casual type of look going on today. I didn't feel like wearing a t-shirt, especially with something like this. This kind of begs to be a little bit more than a t-shirt. And surprisingly enough, I'm going to be lounging around in pajamas with it on in a little bit. But I just enjoy how it smells so damn much that I hate to pull it out the box, just wear it the one, you know, give it the first 5-6 sprays and then put it back in its box and not wear it again until God knows when. So I'm definitely going to enjoy this after this video as well. It's faded at this point. I still kind of faintly smell it, and it's been 8 or 9 hours, probably in that 9-hour range. What time is it? About 7.5 hours, so not quite the 8-hour mark. I can still smell it. I do have a spray and a half on my chest, but if you haven't tried this one, try this one. If you like spicy aromatics, it's one of the best on the market. So during the day and here in just a few minutes out the shower, it's going to be Creed Viking. Well, that is the rotation for week number 124. Until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. So I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. Those of you that watch this video format on a regular basis, you know what I'm looking for here. Let me know what your rotations looked like. Please sound off in the comments. I'm curious, did we match anywhere? Don't have to be the same day. Just great minds think alike kind of thing. I love that stuff. This is one of my favorite parts of the community aspect of the fragrance community, is checking out people's rotations. What have you been wearing? Because rotations will surprise you. You never know what you get in the mood for during the week when you have a sizable collection of fragrances, especially when you start reaching back like I've been trying to do, like with Coach for Men, for example. I haven't worn that in a while. Cool Water Wave, haven't worn that in a while. It's nice to reach back to some of my older favorites and fall in love with them all over again. You know what I mean? And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of the fragrances I wore in this week's rotation and you give them a spray now, might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.